Hey, what's up, y'all? What's good? What's good? What is good? Hope everybody's having a great day. Coming at you straight from Southern California. Let's talk about Miss Karen Bash. Karen Bass, who I think should be ran out of office with the handling of the wildfires. I'm sure most of you know that she's done a terrible job at that. Well, soon as you think the Democrats can't outdo themselves when it comes to stupidity and just crapping on the American taxpaying citizen, they tend to just outdo themselves regardless. Well, now this woman wants to give illegal immigrants cash payments for having to deal with the ICE agents, from suffering so-called harm from the ICE agents when actually all they're doing is just following the law that's been on the books here in this country for quite some time. Being here illegally is breaking the law. I mean, I don't know how else it can be put. But these Democrats, man, they're so bent on protecting these immigrants and not caring about them breaking the law. In all actuality, a lot of these Democrats are breaking the law themselves, which I think a lot of them should be arrested. I don't know why. Well, some of them have, but there needs to be real charges, man, that stick. And we just have not really seen that yet. But I think in order to send a clear message, I think some people need to start going to prison, man. Straight up, a lot of these people in California that are running California, not only should they be fired, but a lot of them need to be charged. A lot of them need to be in prison. A lot of them are 100% involved in child trafficking. Yeah, a lot of them are engaged in that, money laundering. I mean, man, I can go on. It's just so much corruption out here on the West Coast. So let's get into Miss Karen Bash wanting to send cash payments to illegal immigrants. You can't make this up. So check it out.
Some breaking news here. LA Mayor Karen Bass about to sign an executive order in support of LA's immigrant communities.
And this takes place following weeks of raids and arrests by federal immigration agents. Let's go ahead and listen in.
While we are proud of our city's heritage, this is also a space of difficult history that unfortunately shares a stark parallel to what we're seeing today. In 1931, our plaza here was the site of the forced repatriation of U.S. citizens of Mexican heritage, where raids occurred on unsuspecting visitors to Olvera Street. It's a sad history, but a powerful reminder of what we're facing today. The fear and trauma of so many back then has once again been awakened across our city. But there's also another history, one rooted in hope, unity, and solidarity. Here was where in the 1980s, Father Luis Olivares of the iconic Placita Church, just across the street, initiated the sanctuary movement, declaring the Placita as a sanctuary and safe space for all immigrants and refugees. And myself, as a child of immigrants, I recall those days of our own Mayor Tom Bradley standing side by side in solidarity with the sanctuary movement. And so today, I want to thank our Mayor Karen Bass for being here at El Pueblo, continuing that tradition of leadership and resilience. Here at the very heart of Los Angeles, we're here to support you in all efforts to protect our immigrant communities. Thank you.
You saying immigrant communities, homeboy, is illegal immigrant communities. Well, I wonder why you don't say that. Yeah, illegal. See, I don't have issues with immigrant communities if they're coming here the right way. But come on, man. You know these people are here illegally. They're here illegally, and you're protecting them. You're hiding them. Let's just call it what it is. That's what you're doing. You're protecting illegal immigrants. You're protecting them so they can continue to break the law by being here illegally. See, these people love to play. They love to they love to hide things with words. You know, they don't want to say illegal immigrants because they know that that makes them look bad, which they already do look bad. But anyway, man, let's continue.
Thank you, Mayor Bess.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for recalling that tradition. You were a young child, I wasn't, but I remember Father Olivares very well and remember that movement, and that movement continues today and is represented by the people who are standing here with me. So the organizations that are represented, and some you will hear speak today, CHIRLA, the Salvadorian American Leadership and Educational Fund, the Asian Pacific Islander Equity Alliance, Community Coalition, Inclusive Action, and SEIU USWW, continuing the tradition of solidarity in our city. I am here today to sign an executive directive, and I just want to point out the irony for a minute, that there is a need for me to have an executive directive to help our city understand how to protect itself from our federal government. Just let.
Nah, you want to protect your voter base. That's what it is. Come on, Karen Bass. Let's keep it a buck. You want to protect your voter base. You want to protect your free labor. You know, free labor class, because you know you don't have to really pay them anything. You can just pay them pennies. American citizens, you know you're gonna have to pay them a livable wage. So come on, man. You're not fooling me. You're not fooling people that live in California, that's been in California. See, I've been in Cali since the 70s. I remember how California was in the 70s and 80s. It's nowhere how it is today. It's like night and day. So you want to protect your voter base. That's what it is. Because you certainly don't give a damn about the tax-paying U.S. citizen. As a matter of fact, I go as even far as to say that a lot of these liberals and Democrats hate U.S. citizens, hate the tax-paying citizens. They hate the middle class. They hate small businesses. They hate everything that's prosperous, man. They they hate the nuclear family, where we already know for God's sake, we already know they done a job on the black nuclear family, but now they are going after all nuclear families, not just black. So this woman is full of it. You're protecting your voter base. Let's keep it a buck.
Let that sink in for a minute. What we have seen here over the last now going on 6 weeks of raids that pop up, and we never know exactly when and where they're going to happen. We've seen them in the general region. I'm sure many people saw Camarillo yesterday and what broke out there. We saw MacArthur Park earlier this week, which I think now, after all assessments, it is viewed as just a
And let's not forget, Karen Bass, the raid, they ended up finding a bunch of child traffickers, child laborers, whatever you call it. Yeah. Bunch of child slaves, working at a weed farm. So, I mean, why aren't you saying anything about that? And I heard Newsom was connected to that. Might have to do something on that. These people are hypocrites, man. Straight hypocrites. Free, what is it? Free child labor, they found a bunch of children working on the farm, a bunch of underage kids, man, working on the farm. And this woman won't say a damn thing about that. And ICE broke it up. Again, they're into child trafficking, child labor. That's what they're into. The Democrat Party.
Display of force just to put the city in its place, to say we are the federal government, we can roll out troops whenever we choose. So the executive directive that I will be signing in a few minutes is to help the city family, to help the city workforce, to help the city departments and all of the general managers essentially develop preparedness plans that have specific protocols and that help city workers know how to address immigration officials should they approach a city department. How we abide by the law, but we understand what our rights are as city employees, how we can provide protection for immigrants who might be attending
protection for illegal immigrants, not immigrants, illegal immigrants. Come on now, let's keep it a buck.
City event or at a city property, but we stay within the law. That we make sure that people that work with city contractors ensure that they are safe on city property. So you might have heard that a few days ago, there were city contractors who were working and ICE rolled up on them and asked for ID and was inappropriate. And so even people that contract with the city, we want them to understand what their rights are. We want each department to have an immigration affairs liaison. And we want each department that if they encounter any federal officials, that they contact the city, especially the mayor's office, right away, so that we can, number one, make account of this, but also make sure that all the city departments and city workers are informed on how to deal with this. We also want to disseminate information on city services.
At this point, I don't know why Trump just don't send the military into California, man, Southern California. Seriously. I mean, a lot of these ICE agents are starting to get shot at, fired at by guns. I mean, why not just send the military in there? You know what I mean? Might as well. California is a mess, man. It is. It's so bad out here, man. It's take it from somebody that live out here. It's bad. The crime is bad. The infrastructure is falling apart. But a lot of you already know that. Even the ones that don't live out here, y'all know.
And assistance programs for families that are impacted by federal enforcement actions. And we are submitting a FOIA, a Freedom of Information Act request regarding the dates and locations of all enforcement activities in Los Angeles. I think you heard me repeat every time I speak before you that when people are taken from our city, we do not necessarily know where they are going. They are not provided regular access to families or to legal counsel, and that the family members that are left behind don't know whether their family members are in the city, in the state, or even in the country. And we also know that when these raids have been happening, it's not just people who are undocumented, but people who are in the country legally, people who are showing up for their annual immigration visit, or even sometimes U.S.
No lies. They're all here illegally, the ones that are being deported. They want to make you think that people that are people who are citizens are being deported. That's not true. You can't believe anything these people say, man. They lie so much they have no credibility. None.
U.S. citizens who have been detained. So once again, I just want to repeat the irony that I am going to sign an executive directive to help the city family understand how to protect the workforce and Angelenos from our federal government. With that, I would like to introduce Angelica Salas from CHIRLA, the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights of Los Angeles.
Thank you so much, Mayor Bass, and thank you so much
Mayor
for your
Bass,
leadership.
speaking there, talking about an executive director she's about to sign that she says is ironic to, quote, protect itself, protect the city of Los Angeles from the federal.
Protect that voter base. That's what it is. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? You don't like Trump getting rid of that voter base. That's what it is. And I'm not even, look, man, I'm not even a big, huge Trump person like that, but I am behind him, and I do agree with the mass deportations. I'm definitely 100% for that. So I'm with Trump on that. Get all the people who are here illegally all need to be ran out, man, sent out. You know, especially the ones that's doing the most, raping, murdering, you know, assaults, DUIs, all of that type shit.
Federal government, as she said, let that sink in. She said that it will provide guidance on to city employees, city departments to help them abide by the law, but also to keep people safe who are attending city events or in city buildings, etc.
She also was saying Freedom of Information Act for all of the people who've been detained so that these families know their whereabouts. And also later today, an LA judge expected to make a ruling today on whether these raids and detentions are indeed constitutional. So something else we will follow throughout the day.
Well, there you have it. Karen Bass, executive order.
94.7 The Way.
Yeah, executive order to give cash payouts to illegal immigrants. Meanwhile, you have U.S. citizens homeless all over the state of California. Where's the cash payments for them? Where's the housing for all the homeless people? Tax-paying citizens, Karen Bass. Why don't you put an executive order for that? Why don't you put an executive order to fix our tore up roads and streets? Where if you drive, you gotta hope that, you know, you don't blow a tire. Well, I mean, why don't you put an executive order for that? Why don't you put an executive order to lower our gas prices? Because California has the highest gas prices than any other state in this country, which is a damn shame. There are all kind of issues that you can put an executive order on. Her and Newsom. But nah, they don't want to do right by the people, man. They don't want to do right by the people. Gavin Newsom can write an executive order to have all of these roads fixed. Our roads are a mess. There are third world countries that have better roads than California. We pay the highest taxes, but we have the worst roads, the worst highways, the conditions of the roads and highways. So where is the money going? And why aren't you not putting out an executive order for that? Like, you people are a joke, man. You have no credibility. No one trusts you. No one likes you. You go on social media. I can't even find a decent comment for Gavin Newsom, and the ones that are decent, more than likely they're probably bots, because I don't know anybody that that likes this dude. All I hear is negative stuff about Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom all throughout social media or just being out and about, man. But she says that it's not gonna come from the taxpayers, the taxpaying citizen. Well, if you believe that, then I have beachfront property to sell you in Las Vegas or in Phoenix, Arizona. If you believe that, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like these people lie so much. It's like you can't believe anything they say. Zero credibility. No credibility. Zero. More than likely it will come from the taxpayer. More than likely it will come from the taxpaying citizen. So we're gonna be forking the money out for them to give illegal immigrants cash payments because, ICE, who were doing their job, wasn't doing anything illegal. ICE agents, they, enforcing a law that hasn't been enforced in California for decades. They want to give these people cash payments for that. What a joke, man. What a joke. And this is why California is the laughing stock of the nation. So let me know what y'all think, man. And another thing, I see a lot more since these mass deportations been going on. I'm seeing a lot more brothers, black people on job sites, man. So that's a good thing. And I've always said every black person should be for these mass deportations. Real talk. I think every black person should be for them. If you're not, that's cool. You still have some coons out there that want to fly the Cape and want to save everybody, but a good percentage of black people, as I said before, are 100% for the mass deportations, including myself. I know I'm for them. And as a result of that, I'm starting to see more black people on job sites, which I have not seen in California in a long time. So, Tom Holman, keep doing your thing, man. We as black men with some logic and some sense support you in the mass deportations. Now, you got some black people that want to fly the Cape, want to play Superman, and you just got to shake your head at those black people and just say, well, damn, they still don't get it, man. They still don't get it. Wow. Maybe one day they will. They still don't get that you are basically fighting for your own detrimental, for your own. Basically, you're fighting for your own destruction when you support, when you protest against the mass deportations as a black person. Really, that's what you're doing. You're really undermining yourself. You know what I mean? Taking part in your destruction. So that's just what I feel, man. You don't have to agree with me, and that's cool. That's cool. But I will say this: I am seeing more black people working since these mass deportations, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And this is why I'm for it. I'm all with getting these people up out of here, especially up out of California. So I'm out. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all for the cash payments for illegal immigrants, which is, I think, is crazy because no other country does this but America. So let me know what you think. I'm out, y'all. Peace and love.